want to get up every day and eat greens for the rest of my life. If you're gonna be vegan, sure, but that life ain't for me. All he wants is his meat. Just say it. I like meat in my mouth. We're the strongest on the planet. Therefore, might makes right. I can abuse whatever I want to abuse because I'm up there, okay? Cruelty never tasted so good. Why do I even try, bruv? Why do I even try?
But what about this form of exploitation?
It's still exploitation. Low level excuse. You know what? I'm giving these all 1 star. 1 star. Y'alls, I am struggling to get proper lighting. I don't have time because if I don't film today, I don't have any, I don't have anything to push out. So I have to get it done. I have to get it done. Today I decided we're gonna do something fun. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? We're going to rate Karnith's comments on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 stars, you know, for a delicious comment. 1 star for a low effort, this is sad comment. I mean, of course, the majority of them are going to be sad. Not like anybody ever has a point when it comes to veganism or antinatalism for that matter. But it seems that a lot of people can't agree on what they actually believe in. So we're going to rank some Karnith's comments today through Reddit because Reddit is full of them. In fact, there are a couple on my iPad right now that I have yet to respond to. So let's get to it. I don't want to get demonetized. I'll be reading off my iPad, so bear with me. Oh, stop it. 420. Cause I ain't trying to be here all day, all right? My editing, if you want me to roll this out, I can't be doing freaking long form videos like I be regularly doing. Not that some of you be watching them anyways, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, I am salty. I put so much work into that, okay? So please go watch it. All right, time to see some Karnith responses that I've been avoiding, not even just for this video, but just I've been avoiding because who needs the extra stress and anger? Some people just aren't going to get it. Some people don't want to get it. Like, ain't nothing I can do about that. This was a good one. So I was talking to somebody on this whole antinatalism 2 thread. But yeah, this one guy here, I'm gonna give this one a freaking 1. I'd give him 0 stars if I could. Don't reproduce and sterilize as many animals as you can. Also, tear down your living space and give it back to the original owners of that space. Animals, Native Americans, etc. You don't live what you talk if you still benefit from animal death. My whole first reply wasn't even in response to said person, by the way. I guess they had a meet down because they're anti-natalist and they didn't like that I was trying to latch on the very obvious interconnectedness of the 2 philosophies of veganism and antinatalism. I don't know what Native Americans have to do with any of this or tearing down my living space like we're talking about animals and factory farms. You don't live what you talk if you still benefit from animal death. We're talking about slaughterhouse. Like, I get it. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, like, this is kind of still a whataboutism type thing where, you know, we're living in buildings doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you paying directly for animals to get slaughtered. I have to live somewhere. For one, shelter is pretty high up there on the hierarchy of needs. You know, I guess I could go homeless and that would make me a real vegan in his eyes. Jono say. Let's see. I swear I had more anti-vegan comments or responses and now it's like they're all disappeared. So I asked the question. I'm not gonna lie and say veganism is easy, but how is your want to consume meat any different than natalist, self-serving want to have children? Are they not both forms of entitlement? Genuinely curious. He said the outcome would be different. I like how I assume these are all dudes. It's like, it's sad, but at the same time, like, I always assume some stupid idiotic comment is coming from a guy. Sad that we always go like straight to thinking, oh, this is a dude, like patriarchy's got us by the balls. But at the same time, I'm mostly attributing dumb comments to dudes. And I feel like a majority of the dumb comments are coming from dudes, but Garuda legends. If you know, you know. The outcome would be different. Entitlement has nothing to do with anything because as soon as people want anything, no matter what it is, there's entitlement attached to it. The problem is that natalist children will have more children. It is a contribution to an endless cycle. Eating meat will end when the life of the eater ends. Substantially different long-term outcomes. One is limited and controlled, the other is unlimited and unpredictable. Like, I get what he's saying. Yes, you should focus more on not having kids versus veganism, but like once you've done the no kids part, can we like move on to like bettering ourselves continuously? Like it doesn't end with not having kids, okay? There is more to living an ethical lifestyle. A lot more. Even I'm still not there yet. Still probably get stuff made in sweatshops. Of course, not intentionally, but a majority of the stuff that we have nowadays, whether it's fast fashion or buying from a regular brand like Converse, probably was made in sweatshops. Technology, my iPad, my iPhone, probably made by a child or by somebody who was exploited, did not get a big chunk of that return. As I say, yes, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, but there are more ethical ways to consume things. As for one, buying used, buying from vegan brands, you know, because why bring animals into our problems? It don't make no sense. Anyway. Meat consumption is not a choice close to the level of procreation, not even remotely. It is no different than saying to a drug addict to stop doing drugs. So you admit that meat consumption is an addiction then, because we're on the same page then, buddy. Go to a drug addict and ask if they would rather have a baby or a bag of meth. What is this supposed to be? Like, what are you trying to prove? That you would rather have meat than a baby? Life is hard and people find various coping mechanisms. People use food as medication, very much like a drug. By your definition, all drug addicts are entitled. I really think, like, he doesn't know it. He's projecting his addiction to meat out here. Because I didn't even mention meat being an addiction in the first place. I just called it an entitlement. Just like how people are entitled to have kids. People are entitled to eat meat. You do not own children. You do not own another person. And you do not own an animal. Also, another body, another conscious being. Like, they are both conscious beings that people feel entitled to owning. Entitlement. People get addicted to all kinds of things to deal with life's hardships, and good food at the very top of that pyramid. This is true for all. And I guess this guy's just projecting, I guess. I would much rather that I did not have to eat at all. I hate eating. Is it entitled to eat whatever is put in front of you when your life depends on it? No. If your life depends on it, it's a different story. Nobody's talking about that though. You go to grocery stores. You act like meat is the cheapest thing on the shelf. Like, no, it's not. It's beans and rice, fruits and vegetables. Maybe frozen fruits and vegetables are more in your budget line, but unless you're eating like the lowest quality of meat or like parts that nobody wants to eat from the butcher, that's a different story. But most people don't want to eat that. They want to eat chicken breast, steak, good parts of salmon, yada yada. I don't understand why people think that they would be put into a starvation situation if they weren't buying meat. Meat's more expensive than most things. It's probably on par at this point with a lot of plant-based products. You can buy Impossible, like a whole bag of Impossible nuggets or like Impossible beef or something. The ground for like $5. What place do you buy like a pound of ground for like cheaper than that in terms of meat? And prices are gonna continue to skyrocket. Or, you know, we'll just keep getting taxes out for subsidies. People are all about like not wanting to help other people, don't want to pay taxes and yada yada until it comes to, oh shit. But then the price of meat and animal products is gonna go up. So maybe we won't talk about that. Hey, if you're a Republican and you hate helping people, help us vegans get rid of the subsidies. I'm just saying. When will someone's life depend on the act of procreation? Never. And your life doesn't depend on the life of another animal. Like, I get what you're saying. Yes, they're two different things, but to draw similarities between them, because anti-natalists always like to claim that natalists are selfish. They're only self-served, and they feel entitled to the lives of other beings, which is what meat eaters do. Sure, you're not eating your child, but, you know, still unethical. Either way you look at it. The reason people evolved the ability to eat meat in the first place is because rather often eating meat is not a choice. Procreation always is. In this sense, the entitled ones are the vegans. I know for a fact that vegans spend more on food than anyone else. I spend a lot of money on food as a vegan, but that's because I want to literally try everything. You'd be spending a lot of money as an omnivore as well if you wanted to try everything. I want to try all the plant-based cheeses. I want to try all the plant-based meats. I want to try all these drinks and these snacks that come out. Like, it is nice to see so many new plant-based products coming out all the time, where a decade or two ago you probably had a couple, if any, like processed meats and stuff like that is probably just soy milk and tofu and mostly whole foods. But no, like whole food, plant-based people, I don't know why they'd be spending that much money considering it's just beans, rice, vegetables, and fruit, and maybe tofu. Because they can, they assume that and mandate everyone should. Everybody's grocery bills are high these days, but I'm just saying, like, you do not have to be spending an arm and leg on food. Like, sure, there are places that charge you vegan tax, and if it's an extraordinary amount, I'm not going to support said business. Vegan restaurants also be charging, but literally, what isn't expensive these days for like a decent quality meal. I'd say like Chipotle is probably the cheapest you can get with like a whole food meal that's not gonna kill you over time. And that's like $10, if not $11 now at this point. You know, you go to like a regular basic restaurant, you'll end up spending like $14, which is what I would spend for a good vegan meal on average when I'm eating out, not even eating in. I don't even know I'm giving this so much thought. But this person is responding with all of this BS because he's not giving it much thought. All he wants is his meat. Just say it. I like meat in my mouth. The reason we do not care about how much animal suffers is because a cow cannot cut your throat in the middle of the night. The consequence of human suffering is much more immediate and relevant for one's long-term survival. If that cow's family could come and apply their revenge, I'd probably think twice about eating that burger. Just like I said, we're not out here exploiting lions because that would be dangerous. Probably wouldn't be very efficient either, so we exploit the docile and innocent creatures that don't fight back and don't really want to cause us any harm. And so man says it's justified in eating them because they don't fight back. I guess why not just start eating kids, you know what I'm saying? Let's just start eating children. Start eating disabled people. Because they don't fight back, so what's the problem? I'm gonna give this one 1 star. Or maybe I'll give it 2 stars. Because I get where he's coming from, but he still doesn't really have a point. Not that we'll ever find a point. Oh my god, I got downvoted just for saying, why can't we be better and do better if we're morally superior? Top comment says, you don't have to be vegan to be antinatalist, but it's completely hypocritical and speciesist to not be. And said person responded saying, as humans, we reserve the right to be speciesist because we're morally superior to animals. Nothing is hypocritical about it. We are the strongest on the planet. Same person be crying about, oh my god, this is terrible. The aliens are eating us. But then I responded, if we are morally superior, why can't we be better and do better? For the reason we're antinatalist, humans fundamentally act unethically and immorally, but simply eating an animal isn't wrong. A CAFO is wrong. A normal grass-fed or free-range farm is not. I wonder why people always go on this roundabout way about, oh, but if you get from here, it's different. Like, they all die the same way, motherfucker. They all die the same way. It doesn't matter if they were grass-fed. It doesn't matter if they were born in a factory farm. They all die the same way. You are still exploiting them. Like, sure, maybe they predominantly live happy lives, but they're still being exploited. You don't see them as a part of the family like you would you see your dog or would see another pet or a cat. But as soon as it's a cow, it's just a product. It's just another number. It's got a tag in its ear and it's just product. It's something to make money off of. Most people out here think that dog breeding or dog fighting is unethical, but when we see cows as products, they're just dumb creatures. A downvote. Humans fundamentally act unethically and immorally. So what? What's stopping you from not being antinatalist then at this point? Because if everything we do is immoral and unethical, why would you even try? Like, what if I use this as something to refute to antinatalism? Then it'd be like, no, that's not a refute. You're just a bad person. You're just a selfish person. When it comes to veganism, all the excuses hit the fan. I got another excuse. Pulled right out of my ass. I don't know what a CAFO is. But again, somebody else who doesn't have a point, I'm gonna give you a 1 star because they really can't see it. They really can't see it. I don't know, maybe I should make this like a 3-star rating because I doubt I'll ever get close to 5 stars. We'll leave it open. We shall see. Ma'am's just getting on my nerves. Or sir, ma'am, sir, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a ma'am's because this looks like a female anime profile picture, but we're the strongest on the planet. Therefore, might makes right. I can abuse whatever I want to abuse because I'm up there, okay? And I know that humans fundamentally act unethically and immoral, and so that's okay. You know, I'm okay. I don't have to worry about anything. We're gonna go to YouTube now, where I'm sure I've got a couple anti-vegan responses. I'm sorry, but I ain't turning vegan. Why not be against animal abuse and exploitation? Somebody asked. Motherfucker, I don't want to get up every day and eat greens for the rest of my life. If you're gonna be vegan, sure, but that life ain't for me. That's his only refute here. I don't eat greens for the rest of my life. Just greens? Please do 5 seconds of research on Google. How about whole grains, legumes, nuts, fruits, veggies? Anything in the world can be made vegan. You can even be lazy. It's a question of do you support animal cruelty or not? And to which I responded, because he thinks that veganism is just greens. Ate burgers, ice cream, cheese, cookies, brownies, soups, burritos, Buddha bowls, fries, chicken nuggets, corn dogs, hot dogs, mushroom steak, chili, tacos, nachos, literally anything you can think of. Anything anyone eats, I can eat a vegan version of. Cool, that's not for me, bro. Oh my god. It's a low effort, bruv. It's a low effort, bruv. Bro said, cool, that's not for me, bro. So what is for you then? Just animal flesh? Is that it? Is that all you eat? Are you on the carnivore diet? Why do I even try, bruv? Why do I even try? It reminds me of that one meme. Like, what do you even eat on a vegan diet? And you're like, oh, I eat this, lots of things, blah, 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 blah. I could never do it. So then what do you eat? That's the real question. What do you eat now? Because I'm telling you about a whole variety of foods that I can eat, but you, for some reason, you're not happy with the answers that you're receiving. You don't like that I can eat everything. So what do you want? What do you want? To just harm for the sake of harming? Because there are literally substitutes for everything. Just say you're a shoddy person and you don't want to change anything, even if it's literally causing harm to everything. The environment, health, because all of this animal farming is leading to pandemics. The environment, your health. It's sad. This is some sad shit. I'm gonna give you 2 stars for making me laugh though, but like, dude really said, cool, that's not for me, bro. I don't like any of those foods. I like steak and boiled chicken breast. I only eat high quality meat for it. That's a low effort one, bruv. A low effort. Talking about animal slavery has in mass slaughterhouses. Eating cows that were raised properly in freedom and put down with a single bullet to the head is a whole different thing. It's completely different. Don't you vegans see? Why does it matter? Why does the slaughter matter if I can just feel better about the majority of the animal's life? Sure, I don't want it to run away. Sure, I still put tags on it. But it's significantly better. I'm not saying it's not better. The whole point here is to end the exploitation. But what about this form of exploitation? It's still exploitation. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to get through their damn skulls. Exploitation is exploitation. Slaughter is slaughter. If you don't want to support either, then don't pay for it. It's as simple as that. Really. As simple as that. What about autism? What about this? What about this form of exploitation? What about this slaughtering? What about this? What about that? Just don't pay for it. Getting me worked up. Getting me worked up. Bro needs to learn about food chain. L. Freaking L, bro. Low level excuse. You know what? I'm giving these all 1 star. 1 star. I'm enjoying this burger from Four Fingers, by the way. I also whipped up some eggs. Adding it to the burger. Look at me, guys. I'm so cool. I'm a part of the problem. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Nothing. But if you want to live your life as a disappointment, who am I to stop you? They taste so good, though. Cruelty never tasted so good. Somebody said veganism should be illegal. Are we doomed, guys? Are we doomed? You tell me. Also, negativity. Why don't you talk about farmers doing right? As long as they are exploiting, seeing animals as products, and slaughtering them, farmers will never be doing right. Tell that to people who can't afford to go vegan, gents. Pretty sure it's 3 times more expensive for a family to go vegan. Don't get me started on how much damage your avocados make to get to your plates. Just accept God's view that we all suck and in need of shaving. That's fair. I'll give you 3 stars at least. For once, for saying that we all suck and need saving, yes. You're aware on that point at the very least. But no, sorry. I'm so tired of it's expensive to go vegan. It's not. It's not expensive to eat vegan and healthy. It's expensive to eat vegan and unhealthy. Even if we stop eating meat, animals will still eat each other. The only difference we can make is that we raise animals to be healthy. What shouldn't be illegal are suboptimal health standards of raising animals. But look at the animals though, they're killing each other. Why can't I join in the fun? Bro, I should have come here first. Like, I found the gold. I found the pot of gold on YouTube. Nah, fam, this is natural for us eating meat. Yeah, rape's natural. Having children is natural. Yeah, this person's not anti-ills. He probably think they're crazy too. but lots and lots of things are natural and are unethical. Basically, our whole existence is unethical. We are literally a cancer on this planet. Refute me otherwise. What does cancer do to its host? It kills it. What are we doing to the earth? We're killing it. I eat meat and I'm also in favor of changing and improving these unethical practices of cultivating meat. I'm not, however, against still killing animals for meat, which will always be unethical. So, you're not really in favor of changing and improving these unethical practices. 1 star! This process described doesn't argue the end, only the means. If this post was solely addressing the means, then we agree, but I'm sure that this argument was also against the end result, not just to address the process. Yes. I'm gonna start trolling these people, bro. I'm gonna act like the most carnist on the planet and start just saying I've eaten all types of meat. Dogs should also be farmed. Like, I want them to go into slaughterhouses like the rest of them. Like, they're exotic meat. Like, why are we missing out on such good quality meat? People are gonna go, oh my fucking god!
They're eating the dogs.
But if it's a cow, no. It's so good though. Grass-fed and grass-finished meat from cows, for example, requires only 1 death because no crop deaths are needed for this, whereas the food that requires crop deaths, aka plant harvesting, involve more than 1 death because multiple deaths occur in the crop harvesting. What do cows eat? Is it just 1 cow and 1 thing of grass? Are you dumb, my guy? Animal lives are just not that important. Every species is a resource for another species. That's why I eat halal meat. I'm different, okay? My meat gets slaughtered, slit by the throat, hung upside down. Okay? I'm built different. I'm not like the other ones, okay? My meat slit and drained upside down. Anyways, guys. My blood pressure's rising. We're gonna do a part 2 because I ain't got all day. I got shit to do. I got a life. I've got dinner to go make. I hope you enjoyed this little rating of comments. Maybe I'll keep it up, maybe I won't. It's not good for my health. It's not good for my health. Appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you for watching. Maya out. Ow. I can't do this.